Welcome to Geneva. It's the final day here of the Tour of Romandy. Decision time, as if we haven't already got something of a decision. So this is your course as it stands. It's not geographically correct, this course. It should more or less be at an angle between the top right and running down to the bottom left. And it means that we've got a tailwind finish today. As you can see, there's a few kicks here, and some of them are quite significant, so, you know, 5–6%, that kind of thing. The midway point, you can see right just before 8 kilometres there's a crest. The intermediate time check will come just shortly after that. Here's Victor Campenaerts, European champion. All he had to do was stay on the bike to get a better time, essentially, than or have a better run than he did in the prologue. Nasty switchback left-hander saw for him, but he was eating into his Minutemen out there. Sylvain Dillier, not a bad time trialist himself, found in very, very short order. And indeed, when he came home, Pippo Ganna's time, which had looked like a proud one, was about to be beaten by a margin of around 2 seconds. So Campenaerts brought it home, powered it to the line. Very good work for him. And indeed, he's our leader, the European champion. Overall, it might be a time that stands, particularly if the wind varies. Essentially as well, of course, particularly if the rain does come down a little bit later on. Campenaerts setting a great time out there. In fact, the intermediate belonged to him by a margin of 4 seconds, and the European champion delivered with a 20 minutes and 11.21 seconds. And here's Pat Pevin. Campenaerts, is he under threat? Just going to be outside, I think. But Pevin goes second, will he? Yep. Third on the podium, just chucks off Tony Martin from that position. Pat Pevin is a good time trialist, and he's just proved it. Here we go. Geraint Thomas, British time trial champion, and I think he would like to impose himself on today. It's all part of the master plan, and if he was carrying a little bit of timber out of winter, by his own admission, that seems to have been shed here. Not at his absolute peak, but then he wouldn't want to be. He has a very detailed plan of how he wants to impose himself on the season. And indeed, this was not a major target, but frankly, if he can measure himself on a time trial bike, and I certainly can here, or with Campenaerts having set a spectacular time of a 20:11, it'll be fascinating to see throughout this entire run how Geraint Thomas takes it on.
Yes, a definite test for him, and he had the test yesterday with the first kind of major mountain with some quality riders, and he passed that with flying colours. Today he's got the British Championships jersey on, and he's proud to have those stripes on his back, and I'm sure we'll see a good performance. Will it be good enough to battle with the kind of top 5? I'm not too sure. I don't think, you know, Roglic is as good a time trialist as he is. Can he battle with the top 5 of Campenaerts, Ganna, Bevan, Martin and Kung? It's going to be very difficult, because this course seems to be suiting the kind of big powerhouses.
David Godot looks like from that angle anyway, looks like a young Chris Froome, the way he holds himself. Visage, etc. Godot underway, stage winner. Back to Geraint Thomas, and yeah, some broken, not so smooth surface here that he's busy avoiding. It looks like he's putting down an awful lot of power. It's not the smoothest run at the moment, and indeed he's wavering all over the place, as you can see, trying to pick some smooth surface to deal with. Big left-hander coming up right now. Watch the elevated street furniture. There it is. I get worried every time we see that.
Yeah, he's right strong, and he's looking good as well. And just going back to Bettencourt there at that same point, James Knox was only 17 seconds down, so he's conceded 10 seconds to James Knox. We will see a lot of changes around the top 10.
Rui Costa doesn't own the green jersey, not yet anyway, and I don't think he will do by the end of today. Primož Roglic is the owner of it, but it's been lent out here to the man who stands second in that competition. That's an angry wasp visor, is it not? Big roar for Roglic as he comes off the ramp. He is our leader, and he's going to go into attack mode. 26 seconds down in the GC, Geraint Thomas. And indeed, we're getting a rolling intermediate right now. It's just coming to it. It's got a little rise to deal with. In fact, that's, I believe, what we've just seen. So we wait for the split. Go on, son, he shouts here. And he's 17 seconds down. Now, that was where James Knox was.
Yep, but I would think that Geraint Thomas won't concede as much time as James Knox in towards the finishing line.
Meanwhile, David Godot gives away 28 seconds at the intermediate split, so still with just over 8 kilometres to go. Here's Roglic. Now, watch all of these turns that he's making. In fact, this motorcycle needs to give him a bit of respect because it's a sketchy left-hander coming up just now. It will lead into a little rise. Let's wait and see. Crowd well and truly behind the wall. There is the wall. He's using all of the road here, Brian. He's on full attack mode here. He's not seeing this lightly. He wants to make this a good performance on the final stage of this great race. Look at this. Rui Costa. That's a magnificent opener here. Now, it's lumpy terrain, which will have suited him. Let's see what he can do power-wise to bring this home. But just shy of 11 seconds down at the split. That's a very good
solid time at the moment. So with Costa going through here, expected to lose a little bit of time in the second half, but a very good time trial performance so far from Rui Costa keeps him in second place. Down to this man now. He'll be coming through that checkpoint inside the next couple of minutes.
Costa 6 seconds to the good. This is Kreuzweig coming through, 43 seconds down. Costa 6 seconds to the good of Geraint Thomas at the intermediate split. So that's an extremely strong performance. Check this out. Primož Roglic has come home over the intermediate sprint here. He is stolen 14 seconds from the European time trial champion. He is absolutely on fire, and he's got the power to hold that advantage. Oh my goodness, Primož Roglic, 11 seconds to the good of Campenaerts, 28 seconds to the good, better than Geraint Thomas. Roglic is he's on rails. Now, 27 seconds to the good of Geraint Thomas was Campenaerts out the split. There's 33 seconds, so if he holds on to 27, bear with me. This latter part of the course is a power time trialist. Those who are good at it generally tend to feature very strongly in the latter part of this course. David Godot, I think this means now, this is going to be tight. Overall finishes in 47 seconds. What's it do to the podium?
What do you mean?
Your top 5 movements, we're just talking about it. Godot's time here.
Oh, he's off the podium. He started today at 16 seconds, and Geraint Grosschartner was even 13 seconds behind him. So it looks as if Godot started today on a podium position, but that'll be taken by Geraint virtually on the road.
Rui Costa then comes to the line. Very strong performance by him. That is superb. Only 24 seconds down for Rui Costa. Not one of those you would have automatically put top of the list when it came to this time trial, but that was very strong.
That was super strong, and in fact that could be one of the time trials of his life there. I didn't expect him to stay there, but it does look as if he's going to be finishing second in this race.
Wow, so it looks like Geraint Thomas may well have to be content with a podium place at the end, because look how quickly this man's coming home. It's a shame we haven't got a rolling clock on him right now, but in fact his camera bike is having trouble avoiding the plastic cones here. This man is in his element, and quite frankly this race he's owned it. And look at the time gap, look at the cushion. There's Campenaerts' time, 41 seconds. Well, we'll count this one home. It's going to be perhaps a little bit closer than some of you thought, but I think Roglic is going to have this. Still got a couple of twists and turns to make, but 16.8 kilometres of terrain. No matter what, he is going to be our champion, and he's in the last 200 metres with 21 seconds of an advantage here. Look at this. Primož Roglic, supreme, lands it, and we'll be seeing that famous telemark yet again on the top step of the podium. Takes the time trial, takes the title, and indeed takes a mighty reputation deeper into this season. Remarkable. Welcome to Romandy. Well, today, listen to Torgon. That's as it was yesterday. But they have cut 70 kilometres out of today's stage due to a severe weather protocol, which these pictures don't really give you a view on, I'm afraid. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Well, we've had sleet and snow, and indeed temperatures dipping to what feels like -4. So they thought, you know what, we need to be kind to these people, especially at this crucial part of the season. Roglic leads Godot by 6 going into today. Well, let's see what map we're dealing with today then, shall we? Is it going to be the new one, or is it the old one? Well, that looks pretty much like the old one, but anyway, the new one is only 105.3 kilometres in length. Big kick at the end. They are the lassé that takes you to Torgon, and by the time you get there, in fact, that is indeed nice efficiency. Time then to go racing. Well, they delayed it very much so. Just after 2:30 in the afternoon at local time. It really was supposed to start a couple of hours prior to that, but what with so much of the day being taken away from us, it means that Roglic, I think the fear that maybe he had, I think he was always going to be one of the favourites today, wearing the yellow jersey, but the profile really has very much come towards him, Brian.
Yeah, it looks that way, especially with the shorter stage. I don't think anybody was really looking forward to today, especially the weather over the last few days. They knew it was going to be tough, but the organisers, because of the protocols in place, have shortened the stage. The stage now being 107.6 kilometres in length, but with only one major obstacle, and that's the last climb at the end.
Our breakaway here, I think we've got a terrific chance. We've got Remco Evenepoel, who's managed to make it up into the break. You saw the youngster a few moments ago.